But let's get into this golf shit, dog.
Oh,
So
you
this
said
is a big week.
Masters?
What's happening this week? Set us up here.
Yo, this is I said out loud today, like the Super Bowl of golf, and I don't think that's a good comparison. This week, and really honestly, like it started last week, but this week is the Masters. That means starting on Thursday, the actual Masters start, but starting, like I said, last week, but really tomorrow is this whole series of events that is easily probably the biggest week in golf, like 5 or 10 times over. And I think like one of the most like interesting and biggest spectacles in all of sport, and maybe even culturally. And when you really dive into it, the Masters is something else. I think let's lead with a little blurb about the the broadcast. The broadcast rights go to CBS annually, and I think what is considered like a handshake deal once a year, no renewals, and have for the last 71 years. Right? CBS wants to air this every year, and they don't know if they're going to get to next year until after this year's is over. And this gives Augusta National complete control over literally every word that comes out on the broadcast. There are no commercials allowed except for I think it's like a 4-minute block every hour with like 18 to 20 being more typical, right? Those commercials are from like 3 premier sponsors. There are other corporate sponsors like UPS and Rolex who don't actually have any signage or branding or hospitality tents at the event. They pay for a sponsorship just for like association, I think is the word that was used. Like they like you get to sponsor this, and that means you get to associate yourself with the Masters. Let's see what else. The merch tent there is going to do, I think in previous years, it's advertised like 70 to $80 million, like roughly like $1 million a minute or something ridiculous. An hour rather, not a minute. That would have been a little bit on another level. And then just in general, it is the most over the top, elite, coveted experience in the sport. The ticketing system is it's not a raffle. I don't know. It's a lottery system. You cannot sell the tickets third party. Your tickets will be revoked if they think you're trying to sell them third party. There are no cell phones allowed. So there is not a single Instagram photo posted from the event. Nobody's allowed to record anything. I'm gonna shut up now. I haven't done it any justice, but that's kind of what we're getting into this week.
Well, I think my screen should pop up here in a second.
Don,
We need to talk about
it's
the
up.
Masters merch. So typically, as you mentioned, it's doing millions of dollars an hour in merch while it's here. You have the richest, most elite people at their Super Bowl, for lack of a better term, spending their dollars at a cultural event that signals to other guys that they're important. This is a marquee in luxury. And then this is the merchandise. Can you walk us through what's happening here? Is this good? Do we like this? Why is this like this?
I reply. You can see my reply there. I think that I like one of these hats. I think. When I saw the now driving one,
hat?
maybe enough to
Which
make me.
one?
Yeah. No, that's not the one I like. When I saw the now driving hat, I retracted my statement. I like this baby blue one with the navy bill, and I'm not
Okay.
afraid to say it.
All right. Yeah. My guy's got a nautical theme.
I think that it's interesting. And I can't relate to this because I'm a big fan of a like modest rope. There's a certain there's a large contingency of golf that just hates everything.
Like I said, I'm a big fan
But
of a
there's
modest
a
rope.
certain contingency that especially hates ropes on hats, which is bizarre because they're often really poorly done. But I think when well done, like a classic rope hat is like very golf to me. These two on the left with like this bold green rope on the white are not that. This hat, this is my favorite hat. This is I got this at the 2017 Open. This is a very modest rope. I don't know. I don't understand the drag that rope hats get. I like that baby blue and navy.
So do
I
you
like
think with
that
this
it's
as the
not.
state of the current lineup, do you think they're still going to put up the same merch numbers?
Yeah, dude. It doesn't
It doesn't matter. I mean, think.
So
Good.
no, I like like you said, the like Masters merch is like the I don't even know. It is like the apex status symbol in golf. It also gets resold like crazy, right? So like there's even though tickets are impossible to get, like for a capitalist who's trying to go in there and scoop merch to go resell it, you still have to like go through the same channels, although I'm sure there's some like weird stuff that happens down in the dirty South to make that happen. But even if there's general disdain for merch, that now driving hat will sell out and
Yeah, I was
then
gonna say this actually
will be on.
seems more engineered for virality than normal. The pimento hat, right? We're
Yeah,
highlighting the $1.50 or $2 pimento sandwich.
the sandwich, right? I mean, and that's more like shocker. That's more recent. I mean, the big block letter hats are like this is one of those things where it was like kind of hot like 4 years ago,
Did
5 years
Bad
ago. So
Birdie
now it's like,
design this? Is that how
I
this
mean,
works?
bro, the the jokes write themselves. I try not to be a hater. It's so easy to be a hater on this stuff, and
And I do think this is
the
fine.
contingency that
People were responding super negatively. I am a known hater of
I
everything.
mean, there's
It's fine. These are fine. The M ones are fine for a certain guy. The default Masters ones are fun for a type of guy. All the stuff with just the flag, and these are like hats every dude I know will wear. These are quasi-viral. We weren't expecting them to drop fucking Ralph Lauren, you know?
yeah, yeah. I mean, the middle row is the weirdest. Like the middle row sucks. the these three that are just like this straight flagpole, like that shit looks like clip art.
The flag has the Masters logo in it.
But it's I can't see it on your current.
Yeah, it's not good. Let's
But
be real, but it's just like it's not mad.
it's
Like I'm
not.
not expecting golf bros to redefine fashion. So with that, I want to ask you, noted golf merch connoisseur, how can all of these golf brands survive? I've got a bit I'm working on for a video this week that is like if you get pulled over leaving the green and the cop asks you to explain the difference between Millar, Mizuno, Malbin, Manners. I keep going. There's like 7 It's like 7 M brands that are like notable.
Nom, 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 nom.
A lot of you nerds could probably do it, right? That's the kind of the general gist. How can we have this many brands? There were 9 brands doing real dollars just with M. How can so
Yeah.
many golf brands exist?
That's a good bit.
Like-
Is that just part of a video you're
Yeah,
doing?
this is Wednesday's my Augusta video. It's my golf in general. Like that's my
Yeah. I might need to like rip a little one shot or something with that. It's good.
Yeah, just use a different letter.
Yeah. I don't the M,
Which is
I mean,
easier than you'd think because I literally just picked M.
God. Yeah. B's, yeah, there's a lot there. I think it's like, like people talk about like has golf peaked? Is it all this stuff? Like golf is the thing about golf is like once somebody is hooked, it's for life. I think there's room for all these brands and then some, right? And I think the thing that most people get confused, which you will understand, is like people think these are golf brands. For the most part, at least in the beginning, these are e-commerce brands, right? And so like there is a massive appetite for golf adjacent stuff that is well done. And when I say well done, I mean well executed, whether or not I like it or you like it or anybody likes it, right? And there are behemoth brands that are not executing well online. And all of like 1,000 small brands can come and eat their lunch just by showing up to that same consumer in a better way. So like I don't think it's going anywhere.
Well,
And I think there's
it's an
only going to be
appropriate
more.
signaler. So actually, first thing I want to unpack is what you said there about LTV. So lifetime value of a customer is a metric for a brand, right? How much do they buy from us over time? Golf inherently can dominate this because guys will be wearing their brand that they choose until they're dead, right? They're going to be going to golf and doing X. So you can basically, that's not the case with most fashion, right? You're going to be looking at this and being like, there's guys in this chat who probably wore a lot of kith 5 or 6 years ago who are dread that those photos show up online now, right? And so like we all move out of fashion in like relatively quick phases. It's like, okay, it's a couple years here, a couple years there. The only thing that is forever is Chrome Hearts. But then you have golf and it like basically it will last through the end of time, right? And so also, if capital is not your number one constraint, if you're like, I do not need first order profitability to survive. And so that concept for people that aren't familiar is that if someone buys my stuff from an ad, that I have made money from that first sale. Henry, who works with me on valuable stuff, is ultra familiar with this because we are first order profitable is the goal on these sales, right? Because we are not trying to sink a bunch of capital in there to get there. But if you don't have to do that, if you're like, cool, guess what? I can lose money on my first customer, which is how, honestly, most large scaling brands think about it, because it affords you, it's not a great mentality when you're starting and learning to scale. It's an excellent mentality when you understand a very large scaling business and you're realizing that the economics are set you up for success if you lean into it. And the golf brand's like, cool, as long as you're not worried about the capital crunch of this, I'm going to have these guys for 30 years. That adds a very different dynamic to it.
Yeah, and for context, I think I haven't looked at the stat in a while, but last I did, I think the average golfer spends something like $2,200 a year on golf, right? And that includes someone who went to Top Golf one time, right? Like an excruciating amount of money is spent on golf. And that is in, you know, a lot of that is like on tee times, but a lot of it is on everything else, the apparel, the equipment, the golf bag, whatever it is. And it's just like a shock. There's not that many other, I don't know, it's silly to call it a niche, right? But like there's not that many other sports or categories where that's the case. Like a basketball fan, what does a basketball fan spend on basketball a year?
Yeah, well,
Unless
it's
they
interesting
have
because
season tickets.
golf is a lifestyle representation. And it's actually interesting because golf as a lifestyle representation took that over from surf skate. This is a conversation I've had.
Yep.
I live in Orange County. A lot of people that live around me, there's a VP of Vans down the way from me. There's a guy who's got business got bought by Hurley. The Ruka guys are over here. There's still a big surf. That's like a thing around here, right? But also, Millen is here. Golf is massive here, right? Newport Beach Country Club, there's driving range right down the way. The people have really leaned into this. But we were having this conversation because there was some guys in the surf industry about basically like, okay, until 2007, until the financial crisis, surf skate was it. And surf gear is a signaler of a certain kind. Surf gear was a signaler that you're an individual, that you like, you're in touch with nature. You understand yourself. It's almost a holdover from like the hippie 70s era, right? And then you get into guys who are never been near a beach wearing Billabong or Quicksilver or whatever. They're buying into that lifestyle. I associate myself as like a man of nature, like as a person who like would be in tune with the ocean, and then skate as a rebellion aspect out of that. But then after the financial crash, you had this dull period where none of that was really popular. All that fell off, and then golf picked up the offswing. But golf is really a signaler that like I have a job, I have stability. Like
Yeah.
I can take a couple hours and like play this. I use this for sales meetings. Like I am of this other level, right? It's basically, and it's not like, oh, I'm a rugged nature individual. It's like I'm one of the bros and the bros have jobs.
Yeah.
And I think it's a really interesting, I hadn't thought of it like that. I think it's an interesting sociological way to look at that shift.
There's also a pretty big direct crossover from like skate and surf to golf as all those people grew up.
Because we can't skate
like,
anymore because we're fucking late 30s and shit.
yeah,
You know, just is what it is.
and like the epicenter of a lot of those brands on skate and surf is Southern California, and the epicenter of a lot of golf brands is Southern California. Like there's a huge amount of crossover there.
Absolutely. And it's like, and it's funny because it all comes out of this like 10-mile radius around where I live.
Yeah, literally.
And it's just, it's an interesting microcosm to have, but it is crazy just the sheer scale of those brands. And I do think so Augusta has a handful of things that are also like ultra luxury that I think are worth touching on here as well. So one is, you know how Tiffany's owns their own color, so does the Masters.
Yes.
They have their own Pantone trademarked for that green, amongst 60 other trademarks that they actively pursue around food and beverage and experiences. But basically, you look at who owns a color, because to trademark a color, it has to have enough ubiquity. It is associated with your brand that you can claim it. Tiffany's blue, UPS brown, Hermes orange, and the fucking Augusta green. That's where we're at. So that's a gnarly stat.
Yeah. Yo, and so mind you, those are all like global brands. Augusta is a golf course in Georgia. Yeah.
Yeah, with a dark history.
Like it is.
Not to get into that. I mean,
like amen. Like, but I feel like that really emphasizes and compounds all that. Like this is like a small private golf club in the dirty. It's truly bizarre and amazing and excellent. Let's talk about the content for a second. The Masters content. I don't know. I was diving into this because I'm making a video about it this week. But first of all, for an organization that has such tight control over absolutely everything, these guys are going to rip like 1,000 social posts this week.
Yeah, well, not letting a phone in, right? So let's set some context there, right? You cannot bring your phone into the Masters. Yeah. You cannot create any content while you're there. but they
Yep.
understand modern
Are
media
what?
and go, great, we are going to
Yes.
provide you that level of access. And then they have some of the most talented photographers in the world, amazing video crew. And how many posts was it last year? 1,000?
Well, I think something like 1,000, right? So let's see. So first of all, best app in sports, I think, is widely regarded. Like the consumer app for being a part of and experiencing the Masters is second to none. The social experience, so 1,000 posts over a few days here, something like 40 story posts a day, all like elite, right? And like you have to assume like a fairly aggressive level of planning with a lot of improv as you go. And I think the most impressive part is like all of this stuff, like the media team, the workflows involved in capturing, editing, approving, and letting this stuff fly, like 1,000 posts over basically 7 days, right? It's like post stuff throughout the year, and then it's ramped up recently. But basically, tomorrow it's going to start, and across Instagram, TikTok, stories, reels, etc. Like they're about to be absolutely flying, and the media team involved in this, the new media team involved in this,
Wow, look at
deserves an
these
award.
numbers,
Like,
dog. 145,000
yeah,
likes, 13,000 likes, and they're
I mean,
posting 300 times a day.
yeah, like the algorithm is definitely on their side, so that helps. But I mean, just the workflow, right? So like just the capture, process, approve at this scale in a live sporting event when you don't actually know what's going to happen, right? They basically know who on their team is going to be where, and like they obviously have some moments planned, but it's completely prolific.
Yeah, it's the best of the best. So I'll even take a step here.
Yeah.
Like, this is the best luxury brand content around a place or event. They have surpassed this. We don't have this on the Kentucky Derby. We don't have this at Zermatt. We don't have this like in any function
The
around what
Super
happens
Bowl.
in luxury.
Yeah. I would say too, like obviously there's a significant budget involved in this. Um,
Yeah.
the port like more
But
people
less
doing
than you
live
think.
events, sporting events need to look at this and go, how do we do the poor man's version, right? Because you can do this. I don't know how many shooters they're going to have out there all week, right? But you can do a version of this with 3 or 4 or 5 if you get really, really streamlined and efficient. Like the poor man's version of this will be better than 9 out of 10 other events out there, right? Like this is just the workflow is the incredible part here.
Well, and also a lot of
But
it.
the
So what people
subject of
understand
the
is
shooting is
your
obviously,
ability to post and how many posts you can make is basically directly correlated to how many people want to consume it and continue to consume it. And so, like the Olympics is a great example. Olympics creates an algorithm around it. People are interested in Olympics content. All the hot Olympics people are posting in the villages. All the people are showing off their countries. They're showing off their skills. They have the outfits. They're all doing skits and shit inside those places, and you have commentary. And so if you watch one, it draws you in. The Masters is the same way. Golf is an easy algorithm to access. You know this as much as anyone. You put that content out, there's a lot of people willing to consume it. But then it comes into its biggest, most prolific week, there's even more and more and more of that. But to me, this even means like, okay, the Masters puts this much out. People are consuming so much of that. How easy it becomes if you have a decent content around the topic to throw a video in there that gets pumped in that algorithm is, I think, why we're all making Masters content this week, right?
yep, top of
I
mind.
got 2 videos. I'm just my only 2 golf videos I'll ever do this week. I've been doing much more topical. About to do this. We're going to Coachella after that. I'm gonna do the festival content. Just like tapping in on this is always interesting.
Yo, before we move on, the last 2 years, I've tried to go deep and find the supplier of the Masters gnome. I have not given up yet, but it's not look like I thought this year was going to be the year, like just considering the advancements in AI, and it's not
I
looking
got
good.
Claude,
It's not looking good.
blind Masters no manufacturer. Make no mistakes.
Bro, more like Claude. Here is access to the U.S. import and export records. Like
I
here
forgot you're
is
fucking cracked.
here is the freight forwarder. Here's the importer and freight forwarder that carried these gnomes across the ocean. We got to find the factory, use the bill of ladings, use the container IDs. We have not been able to figure it out yet.
Yo, and that reminds me, someone talked about Tiger Woods and the now driving hat. That was obviously an AI. That AI comp of that made it on X here very, very fast. But I want to call out the Sunday Red polo.
Yo,
Let's pop this up here. Marketing.
so the polo he was wearing You getting pulled up. The polo he's wearing in the crash sold out like almost immediately. And then the brand, I thought for a second that was in the PDP
Bro, this
on the
is the
Sunday Red
PDP.
page. No, it's not.
I mean, this guy's posting it as if it is, but yeah, you're right. I assume it's not.
I mean, we're about to find out. But Sunday Red is leaned in. They're like pushing.
Oh yeah. So this all came about because I'm gonna post. I'm gonna go to this other link here real quick. Because they pushed it as an ad immediately.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is like the next day, and they're just hammering it, dog. Yep. I love that. Who gives a fuck? Get these sales.
Yeah. I mean, I'm incredibly disappointed about Tiger. Sunday Red, like very quickly, like transcended being like a Tiger Woods pet brand and is like a real brand. So it's like, I'm sure, I don't know, it's not a good look, but like it doesn't actually matter.
Yeah, well, it's all just lore at this point. It's one of the most discussed things in fucking human history.
Polo.
Go ahead.
The Sunday Red Legends polo, great little Easter.
Yeah. Do you have to disclose since you're a Sunday Red influencer? Or?
I'm one of a few Sunday Red sponsored athletes.
That was hashtag gifted. Yo, I want to pull up. This is actually a dark moment. This is some of the darkest shit I've ever seen. Hold up, let me. It's also dark because the designer is going to change the game, but that's a separate here. So, all right, Palantir Technologies, noted stalker of our enemies, released a Virgil Abloh themed, off-white themed merch collection.
Is it themed?
Of crew necks.
Did they call that out?
They didn't call it out, but it's just off-white as hell, right? This is just like directly font placements. You remember the flyers. This is just like as off-white as it gets. And also, so this is just like, we all remember this design style. I have the books behind me on the shelf over here. It's literally this.
Yep.
It's a
just open to page 73 and this is sitting there,
which was already like an extremely, all credit to that style. We've all been influenced by what's happened there. Played, right? It's not a thing you want to release in this year of our Lord 2026. It had a moment in time that was great. But then Palantir co-opting this. Now, I'm a fan of, I think these companies should be trying at their merch. I think that makes complete sense. No matter what they are pursuing. But then it's just a weird vibe. And I'm curious what your thoughts are on it.
I mean, so
for a company that stalks people to kill them.
Yeah, right. Do they need to be doing merch?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I think I messaged you. I took a fit pic in Japan because there's at the Palantir office. There's a Palantir soft power office in Shibuya. You go out, there's a big Palantir logo. You could never do that shit in the US. It's a huge Palantir logo on the street in Shibuya with it's like a Beams, it's like a North Face, it's like a fucking diner.
And
Palantir, right? And so I go up to do a fit check and underneath the Palantir because I was gonna do like a one shot, like what if we kissed under the Palantir soft power? But this is the kind of content I make.
In Shibuya,
yeah. This is why we do this live at night versus these daytime suits. You know what I'm saying? But then I notice I go to the directory. What other businesses are in the building? BuzzFeed and WeWork. That stuff. So you work for Palantir Japan, chasing down our nation's enemies with Sauron's eye. And it's just like the BuzzFeed, like the listicle girls are above you. It's like a shut down WeWork, or it's like a license of a WeWork. It's like, I was like, what happens in the shared areas? But it was like to the point that exists
my main
with
thought
that big of a
about
logo to be marketing. That is marketing to the citizens of Tokyo. Long-lasting alliance between two countries and our mutual interests in our defense. And they solidify that with this merchandise.
So my main thought is the Americana, corporate / military Americana aesthetics, particularly a little bit retro, are so dope. I don't know why you would just go rip something off when you just have all of that at your disposal. I mean, I just don't it would be so easy to be so good. Why do you have to do off-white?
Yeah, the streetwear element does not need to come into it, right? I'll be honest. I don't mind Palantir. I think it's fine that we have good technology to hunt down our enemies. Fine. Do I want to support that brand as a consumer? with a off-white aesthetic. You see that this day again. It just does. It's not like a brand alignment. Can you just give me an Arc'teryx hoodie with an Arc'teryx fucking jacket with the Palantir logo?
Yeah.
I think that's like we're good. And do you want to get?
That's about right.
It's kind of weird to be tongue in cheek about it, right? If you want to be tongue in cheek about it, like sell me an AirTag, or like I don't know, like have some fun with it. But this is the wrong type of fun. Like I don't think like the kids are. Yeah, it's the whole thing just seemed to kind of ill-conceived to me.
Also, as like as the nerds discover taste and branding and design and all this stuff, for the military industrial complex to like, let's just do off-white is like particularly
of all the ones to do, at least you could have done I'm trying to think of like what the right comp is. Crooks and Castles.
There isn't really one, probably.
Just give me the 511 tactical Palantir collab. Done, sold. 4 dudes I knew just woke up in a cold sweat. Give me the fucking 5-toed shoes with the Palantir logo on it. I got multiple operators just got like a half mast right on. Sometimes you got to hit the nail on the fucking head, brother. Yeah.